Cottage podcast, episode 6. It is our final episode of 2024. It is Thursday, December 19th?
Yes.
19th, and it is 8:41 in the morning. I'm officially out for Christmas break.
Early for you.
Yeah.
Late
yes.
for me.
Yes. But we're here to show you a little bit of our making and give you an update on our progress. This will be the last update for this year, and we'll come back early next year. But first, we finished up at the end of November our It's Fall Y'all sweater make-along, those sweaters and cardigans. So we're quickly going to do the drawing.
Yes. Before you forget.
Yes. So I've had some questions and we're doing it. So for the FO thread, Instagram I will put on the screen now. So Instagram will appear now. Hi y'all, Editing Hannah here. So I've been pulling the Instagram hashtag, and if you're not aware, Instagram is getting rid of the feature where you can follow a hashtag, and I've been having trouble searching the hashtags. I guess they're trying to move away from them. But anyway, I can't find any of the Instagram hashtags. If you use the Instagram hashtag, please comment below and let me know. I'm so sorry that I cannot find you, but for the time being right now, we are going to do 2 pulls from the FO thread. So I'm going to post both of those right now. And our FO thread winner is post number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh,
so this
pretty.
is your sweater. It's a hand spun cardigan. Look at this.
Nice. Good job. That's beautiful.
And Hiva, congratulations.
Yay. Congratulations.
So
yay.
if you will email me at the email appearing on the screen right now, email me with what pattern you would like, and I'll send it to you on Ravelry. No more than $10 USD on the pattern. And since I have your username now, it'll be okay. And then our chatter thread, let me do this really quickly. Okay, number 5, Megan, 512.
Oh, congratulations.
Megan, you are the next
that's
winner.
Pretty.
I know, I love this. So it says, halfway through the Finmont sweater from the Expression Fiber Arts website. Really wanting to have this finished before October. Going to be casting on the Sabai top as well. Well, thank you everyone for participating.
Girls.
Again, email me at the listing on the screen, and you may pick a pattern of your choice that I will send to you on Ravelry. No more than $10 USD, please. Yeah.
Congratulations, everyone.
Yes.
Yay,
Shall we give our?
deal.
Do you want to start with FOs now then? Do you have any FOs?
Only in photos.
Okay. Do you want to talk
live.
about?
No
okay.
live.
I have 2 that are photos too, so it's okay.
I did a quick hat for Dad for Christmas, and it's a brand new pattern, just recent, by Benjamin Matthews. Pantheon, I think is the name. I did it in Wool Market Fibers Merlot. Really pretty. And that probably took 3 days, and I would show you the live photo, but it's already wrapped. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll
but
put
it's
the
beautiful.
photo on.
I have a photo of it because I always take photos of everything I do. So you'll get a photo of it. It's really nice. And it was a quick, easy pattern. It fits a range head sizes, so it'll fit him. And I double brimmed it. So
we love a good double
yes.
brim. Especially down here. Like, it doesn't get cold down here, but it's damp cold.
Yeah. And
so it cuts through really quickly.
Yeah. And Dad's been covering his ears when he takes Gidget out for walks in the morning. You got to see him all bundled up. So I figured the hat would be a good deal.
Okay. I have 3 FOs.
Good for you.
And one of them we get to see live on the podcast.
Yay.
Okay, so the first one, I've listed it as Valerie's Cowl. I'll put the pattern up here on the screen right now. It was a hat and cowl set, but I knew I wasn't going to have time to do both. But my church does like secret prayer pals. So you draw names each year and you're supposed to pray for them throughout the year, but you do little gifts. So I always like to do for my prayer pal the end of your gift be something handmade, because they all know I make stuff. So, and this lady, she has chickens. And so I figured the cowl, I used Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick, because I don't know that she has a lot of hand knit. So I figured that would be a good, option as far as upkeep. But it's also stiff. So when you sit it, it stays where it's supposed to be, and then you pull it up. She can pull it up to here and get her under ears, and it won't move. So then when she's, you know, taking care of the chickens, or maybe they stink a little bit or something, she can just cover it. Okay.
Because sometimes they do.
So the picture of that will be on the screen, but it's already been gifted, which is why. I started that on December 2nd and finished it on December 5th because super bulky yarn.
Yes. There we go. I like those quick knits.
Yes. I've been popping out the stuff, y'all. It's insane. So my second FO, I'm also going to pop a picture on the screen because they are getting shipped out today. So they're already wrapped, packaged to go. I got commissioned to make a pair of socks for Christmas.
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
And before anybody asks, my commissions are not open. We're not open.
We're done.
But the person who commissioned this commissioned it for his wife, and they're both very dear to me. So I couldn't say no. I was like, yes, of course, I will make you a pair of socks. I was thrilled and honored to be able to do it. 2 weeks before
Christmas.
Yes, but I used Wool Market Fibers Way of Kings.
Oh, that is a beautiful colorway.
Oh, these socks. I was telling her I'm gonna have to buy another skein of Way of Kings to make my own pair, because my dad has the first pair, and then the second pair is going off. So I only have little scraps left. I'm like, I want a pair now. They're so cute.
The colorway is really pretty. Really pretty.
So that was FO number 2. FO number 3. Do you have your tablet?
Do I have mine? Yes.
Go get your tablet.
Be right back.
FO number 3 does not have a pattern, but it was started on December 6th and finished on December 17th.
I'm back. Woo!
Okay.
Okay.
This is FO number 3.
Okay. What's the iPad for?
Open it.
Oh.
Like, when you get somebody who owns a yarn shop that you want to do handmade, but you can't buy it in their store because then they know about it, and you can't, like, what do you get them that they're not going to make themselves?
You could buy all the yarn you want to. I never pay attention to what you buy or where it's going after it leaves the shop. So.
Right, but what could I do for you that you would not do for yourself?
Just being here, actually, is just always the best. That's it.
Well, I'm here all the time. She knows I basically live here.
OMG.
It's for her iPad.
That is freaking adorable.
Oh
my God.
She's been obsessed with vests, so I made her
an
iPad protector that's a sweater vest.
That is absolutely beautiful. That is too cute. Oh, for a second I thought it was a sweater for Fiona.
Oh, it almost could be.
It's a little small on her. She did grow.
But yes, it should fit on your iPad and stretch over.
Oh my God, this is so cute. Okay. I love
Now with the case, I don't know, but...
Well, that's true, yes.
We'll see. It stretches pretty well. And then, so I texted her and I was like, hey, I'm getting a new iPad. What size do you have?
Oh, that's why.
So she asked me today if I was getting a new iPad still.
Oh my God, that's adorable. I love it. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, since I see you did yours. Okay, is that the end of your FOs?
Yes, that's the end of my FOs. So, yes, a yarn shop owner needs hand knits for every item they own.
I love this.
You must knit.
Yes. That is too cute. And you did it in color work. Oh,
I did.
I'm so proud of you.
So I saw a pattern on the Lion Brand website for like a worsted version, but I didn't like it. So I was like, I bet I could figure out how to like hack this and do it myself. So there's no pattern to it, but the actual color work chart is from the Rhinebeck Doodle charts by Jamie Lomax of Pacific Knit Co. I think. So they're from that. That's where the little motifs are from. And I used the Yarnable.
It's a beautiful green. It's my favorite color.
And then I've been digging in my row 1 mini stash, just grabbing. And my mom saw me making that, and she's like, oh, I wouldn't mind having one of those. I'm like, I don't think there's enough for both.
Get her one in her colorway.
One is like a full size. She wants like one for her.
Full size? Oh, well, sorry, Mom. It's a different story.
But maybe later we'll get you a vest, yeah.
Oh,
we can do that. In 2026, honestly. We're backed up for a little bit.
Don't look at me. I've got 3 sweaters I have to work on.
I have
1, 2,
3.
1, 2, 3, 4, because Doug's, and his is like gotta do, so.
All right. Do you want me to open mine, or do you want to do FOs? Or whips? Do you want me to open mine?
Open yours and then we'll do the whips.
Okay.
Because that's not fair. I got to open mine.
Oh, and we should talk about, so today I can say this because by the time this goes up, she'll have already opened it.
Oh, that's
the
true.
Little Market Fiber Splash of Love socks that I made were for Cher in our knit group.
Oh,
and we're doing our
yes.
knit group exchange today. Cher, I guess I'm going to tell this story. Miss Cher is wonderful, and I love her dearly. She came to my wedding. But she knits socks for other people all the time. And it's like, man, I don't have any socks for myself. So I was determined that Miss Cher is going to have a pair of socks for Christmas.
Yeah, because I asked her the other day when she was working. She does a lot of sock knitting for her daughters. And I asked her about her socks, and she said she doesn't ever have time. She doesn't have a pair. She's never knit a pair for herself, that she's always doing for her daughter. So I told her, you're eventually going to have to do for yourself for one time, do selfish knitting.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill anybody. So
And she has in the past, because she showed us pictures of like sweaters and stuff she used to knit for herself.
yeah, but
So, but still, yeah. Like, and that's
the
kind of,
last, I would say the last 10 years, it's been for the kids.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and
which is
she's
good.
never had her own socks.
I know,
So I'm
but how
excited
can
to
you
see
knit
that she's
socks?
going to get her very own pair of socks.
And she's been like obsessed with this skein of yarn
Yes.
at the shop.
The
So-
colorway is very much her favorite.
Yes. So, I was like, this has to happen. All right. Sorry.
Too
Enough
bad we
stuff.
couldn't do a live review then.
We could maybe film it and insert it if she'll let us.
Yes.
We'll see if she lets
Just
us.
sneak it. Don't even tell her.
Maybe. I don't want to put her on the internet without her permission. We'll see. We'll at least have like a photo or something. I'll tell her she has to at least take a photo.
Okay.
We'll call it the sock tax.
Okay, yes. That's right.
That's our fee.
For getting socks. You're
Okay.
getting taxed.
Let's. Michelle did a much better job wrapping hers than
Well,
I did.
not really. I'll just rip it to it. You're gonna have to. Good thing it's just tissue paper, so it won't matter.
I would just. Y'all, thank you.
Oh.
Y'all, I am
So obsessed.
obsessed. It's Stephen West Fiber Fest. What the?
Your favorite colors.
Oh, my favorite colors. Oh my goodness, thank you. I don't know what to say, though. Just- I love this so much.
That's selfish knitting right there.
And you're like, I'm sitting here looking at what I need to finish. And I'm like, so when can I start this?
February 1st.
Maybe if we're lucky. Oh, okay, see, now I want to dig in the pattern and I can't. Okay.
You could do it during lunch. You can
Yes,
look
I'll
at
dig
it
in the
during
pattern
lunch.
during lunch. Oh, what color? So we have, ooh, and it's alpaca sock pop rocks.
It's all alpaca sock. Your favorite. Your favorite.
Oh, you spoiled me. Thank you.
Oh, you're worth it.
Oh, y'all. Okay. We're gonna have like
This is the first time I've gotten her speechless.
yes. I've been coming here for a year and a half now.
Oh, it's been,
I think it was last.
well, I've known you since the old shop.
Yeah, so we've known each other for 2-3 years now, probably.
It's been 5 years. But
yeah, I was a baby
consistently-
knitter.
Yeah, but consistently coming to the shop weekly, this is our 3rd Christmas.
The second, because I wasn't there 2 Christmases ago, I don't think. Was I?
I don't know. Maybe
'Cause I
you
think
had to
last year was my first one here. Because I didn't know what to do. And everybody had like gifts. I was like, oh, whoops. That's right. This is my second one.
Okay, but I've known you since
Yes.
the shop
Yes.
was open here.
Yes, Michelle sold me some of my
22.
first skeins of yarn that you had to wind.
Yes.
And
At the old
showed me
shop.
how to use a winder
Mhm.
and helped me pick out things. And I was getting my first sock yarn. I was ready to delve into
Yes,
socks.
I remember that.
I still have those socks. I got Mardi Gras beads by Little Market Fibers.
Everybody's favorite.
I-
It's a local.
I really want to get another skein too and do some more now that I know how to actually fit my socks.
Oh, yes.
So, more on that later too, because I'm working on that behind the
Good.
scenes.
All right.
Okay.
Business. UFOs.
Okay. Yes. Unfinished objects that we are still actively working on.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to do like a full, like, I think I'm going to call it the State of the Whips. Do you need, you just dropped it. Yeah.
I didn't want to make too much noise.
It's fine. But I'm going to do a full, I think we're going to call it the State of the Whips in January, February, depending on when I'm able to film. So this is just what I'm actively working on that I need to get done before the end of 2024. And I'm hoping some of these will be done the next 2 or 3 days. So I might insert footage of me like, be like, hey, they're done. Hopefully. We'll see. All right. Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Well, none of mine are going to get done by the end of this year. There's no way. Well, no way.
This one I wanted done for today. I was desperate to wear this today. And then I looked at my husband last night. I was like, I can rush this and stay up all night and finish this and not be satisfied with it later because I rushed it and maybe did it shorter or not did the bind off I would have preferred because
no, you just gotta take your time.
It's the stick season sweater still. And I tried it on and I think it's a little snug in here, but it's just where the rib is kind of wanting to grab. So I think when it blocks and that rib relaxes, it's gonna be like perfect. So I finished the other sleeve.
Oh good, both your sleeves are on?
And I have a collar. So, yes. And I'm like...
I hope you brought another ball of yarn.
I do, yeah. I have one more ball. So.
Because this one's falling apart.
There's 2 in there. There's 2 that are falling
apart. My stars.
Yeah. So, this is my sweater. Yeah. Take a step back here.
Back up, folks.
So, this is it. So, you can see she's still a little bit of a crop top. When she sits right, she's probably about here. And I have on a bulky sweater right now, so it's not necessarily laying as low as it really is on me, but sleeves are done.
Yay.
It sits beautifully. I think I probably have about 30 rows left before I finish the body. So about 15 rows of stockinette and 15 rows of rib, and then she'll be done. And she'll be glorious, but I wanted to wear this for Christmas, but we looked at the radar for Christmas, like mid-60s and raining.
Aww.
So if you have a white Christmas, we're totally jealous of you right now.
Yes, we are, because I miss it.
I have never, well,
One
okay.
who was born in snow, I love it.
I had one white Christmas in my lifetime. It was the year Katrina hit, so everything was devastated, and obviously that was just a rough Christmas for all of us. And I went to my mom's house and it was sleeting, and little kid me had prayed for snow literally every year of my life. And I was like 9-10 years old. And then they were like, is it snowing? And we went to my other grandparents' house and it was snowing. Was it nice snow? No, it was slushy snow, but we were like, it's snowing. And we like grabbed the slush and we're like trying to have a snowball fight. And
that's good enough for a southerner.
Yeah, I mean that's the most we get around here because
yep, freezy rain.
If you look at where Woolmarket Fibers is and you compare it to the beach, it's literally like
5 minutes.
Yeah, right next to the water. So when you live next to the water, it keeps you from having snow.
Yep. But
it also keeps you from having a lot of other things too. Like we don't really get tornadoes or anything like that. So
no, or avalanches or earthquakes.
Hurricanes, yes. But at least we can see them coming.
Yeah,
you know?
A week in advance.
That doesn't mean it negates the destruction they do, but at least you can get out of the way.
Yeah,
and maybe get a couple things that you care about.
Well, in avalanches, as long as you don't go skiing out of bounds, you're good.
Yes. All right, you want to talk about your first whip? Oh, this.
Okay.
Let me pull out mine too, because we have the same one.
Okay. Well, kind of.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Not really.
This
was supposed to be Love Note, and I am here to tell you 4 tries, and I said life is too short to be aggravated. So I pulled it all out. It's not that I cannot do lace. We just don't get along, period. So after 4 tries of either ripping back, tinking, whatever, it was not going well for me. It was the wrong time of the week, I think. So I ripped it out, and I have since started a sweater by Casapinka, No Need to Panic. It's a pullover. It's a top down. I am using the same yarn. Or hold this. And it's going to give you like little stitch patterns, which is really nice. I like how she wrote it up. This is for beginners. Now, I'm not really a beginner, but I like the format in that you check it off when you're done with a row or a section that you needed to knit. And then when you're done with that, then you just check it off and go down to the next thing. That part I like. I wish other designers did that.
I think Helen Stewart's really good about that. She does like percentages of how much of the pattern you've knit, which is pretty cool.
Oh, I like that. So this is going well. I've already gone through the first set of short rows. And for those of you who are scared of short rows, it's really very easy. Very easy. Just take it one set of directions at a time.
Yes.
So,
if you're scared of short rows, the Flax by TinCanKnits, they have videos. I don't know if it's their videos, or I saw somebody do like a tutorial on knitting the flax. And I think they have like permission from TinCanKnits. It wasn't like they just like went out and did it. But they explained the short rows, and I used that. I knit my first sweater theoretically was a flax, but I got to the end and it was way too big, so I ripped the whole thing out. So I didn't finish that flax, so I don't count it as my first sweater.
yeah.
But I learned a lot about sweater construction in that I carried into my first sweater. So the flax is really good too. If you're scared of short rows, the short rows are optional in that pattern, so it's good to go and just try it.
Yeah.
And see how you like it.
This one was optional as well, but I want the short rows so that my back sits higher like it's supposed to in the back, so that your ribbing doesn't drop in the back and it makes it look wide and unsightly. What yours is the love note.
I do have a love note, and I did cast mine on. I am in the last set of increases before I split for sleeves.
Good job.
So I have 5 more rounds, I think, before I split for sleeves. If it is not stuck. Good grief. All wrapped up in here. I'm thoroughly enjoying this pattern. I had a very different experience than Michelle. But I think too, like I've done some lace. Yeah, if you don't mind. This is the yoke. You can kind of start to see all of it emerging here. That lace work, when it opens up, you'll see the leaves.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So I will say the neck hole feels really big to me. So we'll see how that sits on my body, and then I'm tempted to go back when I get the sleeve split, to go back and pick up the neck hole and do the neck and then go down and do the rest of it, just for the sake of when you get that neck sitting right, everything else changes. So we'll see. But yeah, that's
the
my
colors
love note.
turned out gorgeous. These were the 2 colors that you were going to use.
This is, I have the band. I thought I had the band. I know I had one.
This is a light version of what I'm using in a new cardigan. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I love cardigans.
I mean, I should have made your tablet a cardigan. That's what I should have.
Oh, I love my vest.
So,
don't change a thing.
This is Pearl Soho Linen Quill in Vintage Celadon.
That's this one.
And then this is Knit Picks Aloft, I believe.
It's a nice, soft,
I think Glacier, maybe?
yeah,
But
a good ply. You can tell it's a good twist on both of these, so they pair well.
Yeah, and you can see it's really marling in there. It's marling more than I anticipated, but I'm not mad at it. I think from a distance it's going to show really well.
Yeah, and once you get it blocked out, I think it's going to be really pretty.
I really wanted both of these sweaters for Christmas. I don't know. I don't see the love note being done by Christmas. I see the love note maybe being done by the end of 2024. But the stick season, I think I am going to push to be done by the end, before Christmas, after I finish my next whip. Any guesses?
On the next whip, is it socks?
It is socks.
How'd I guess that?
I have a slight obsession with socks.
I wanted to start another pair of socks, but somehow all of Michelle's needles are on socks, so I don't have any needles sitting around that I could use for a new pair of socks. So no socks for me right now. But This, I've had this yarn for a few years now. So it's stash yarn. And remember we were talking about stash,
Yes.
trying to use up our stash. Well, I have been in love with this color for a very long time. And it's a dark version of yours. It's what it looks like.
Nice tealy blue.
I spent a better part of a day trying to figure out what I was going to do with this nice sport yarn. And I am here to tell you. Want to take a guess as to who it is?
It's Isabel Kramer, is it?
Oh my gosh, how'd you guess?
Yes. Like, she just, for me, it's going to be Stephen West for her. Oh, no, for both of us, it could be Stephen West.
Well, that's true, yes. But definitely
Isabel Kramer.
Isabel Kramer. I'm sorry I tried to go elsewhere, but she just is fabulous. I love her writing. I love her format. She is very concise, yet she's easy to understand. You can get through her work. She's always top down. I don't think I've ever ran across a bottom up sweater. If I have, it'd be like once in a purple moon. Yeah. But this actually started out as a left side. Then you cut the yarn and start the right side. And then once that, so many rows are done, you then cast on for the neck. So technically I'm working the back for 6 1/4 inches. I will then pick up, and these two parts right here becomes the front for the cardigan.
Nice.
This stitch pattern is, I didn't quite understand how to do it. Luckily, she links a YouTube tutorial for how to do the stitch, and it becomes, oh duh. And it's very simple, it really is. But the lady who does it is an English knitter, and I'm a continental. Though I understood it, not a lot of people who knit differently than say her or I would get the tutorial. So I would like to do a continental version tutorial for this stitch pattern. So very soon I will get that put up with my tech help, hopefully. I can do the video, I just can't do the behind the scenes kind of thing. So
it's me, I'm the editor. Yes.
And I'm still plugging away at Dexter over there. Did we show off Dexter? Yes, we did. The gold, my Harvest gold, 1970s retro. I love it.
I want us to do a special on Michelle's whips and just see, like, it might be like a 5-part mini-series, but just like,
it would be a year-long.
But I bet you if you went through, because I mean, as I'm going through mine, I'm like, why did I stop this? Or why has this been sitting for so long? Why did I start all these other things and forget that this thing even existed? And same with my stash. I'm thinking about going through my stash.
But if we did mine, God, I'm glad there's not debtor's prison, because frankly, I would be in it for all the whips that I have. Oh, Lord.
But you might find something like, oh, I could fit, and then like you could have all the crisp, or you know, just even a whole wardrobe.
Well, and I've done that. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't finish this, and next thing you know, I have a sweater.
Yeah, like
it was all just sleeves. What the heck? So yeah, absolutely. Or the socks. I counted socks. Oh, stars.
How many socks do we want to know?
Well, after I purged, because I absolutely said to myself, you really are not going to get these done. I fell out of love with you. Sorry. And I pulled them off the needles, reclaimed the yarn. I am down to 14 pairs.
You could have your whole Christmas squared away if you just sat down and said, I'm going to finish these.
Yes,
like,
I know. If I didn't have anything else to do, if I didn't have knitting for other people, like Cher does,
you hear that? That's a
I'd have my own socks.
The door's open, so if you hear the plane. Oh, goodness.
Oh, dear. There's the phone. And hi, we're back. Sorry.
Hi. One phone call later. Okay, So you did.
We did
yours.
Isabel. With this is, oh, by the way, sorry.
No, you're good.
Buford 5. That's the name of the pattern. But I'm really enjoying this so far.
It's gorgeous. I really like that stitch pattern. This is in a bag by Stitching Plaza. Stitching Plaza just came out and like they're doing something different with their business. I don't know if they're gonna do project bags anymore, but this is a Pride and Prejudice bag. And in here is the one width that I am 100% on a deadline for. It is, and I don't feel bad showing this because I'm behind. It's my Advent socks.
Oh, cute. I love those.
This is the Cozy Knitter self-striping Advent, and I'm only on like day 10 on the first pair. Putting in the heel. No, I'm sorry, this is through day 11. This is the beginning of day 11 stripe. I haven't even started the second pair. It's Thursday before.
It might be a New Year's Eve gift.
This is me and my mom's tradition to wear matching socks on Christmas.
Oh, I guess it might have to be New Year's Eve.
We'll see. This podcast should go up on Monday the 23rd.
Will there be an updates?
There will be,
yeah,
we
somewhere.
should just do like a news update, like a big like news flash.
News flash like CNN.
The socks did not get done in time. So sorry to my mother. No, they'll be done. They'll be done. That's my
New
plan.
Year's Eve. But don't forget, Christmas really, you know, when you're getting together with family or friends during the Christmas season, it usually extends through New Year's into January and maybe a couple of weeks after. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's going to be the end of the world if you don't get it done. I'm surprised your thumbs don't fall off.
Oh, I've been having elbow pain. So
Gee,
like
I
the
wonder
second,
why.
yeah. So when my elbow starts hurting, I just go, and I've been working on some different projects.
Mine's usually my shoulder.
I did. Let me show this just for the. So when I went on my honeymoon, we went to Pigeon Forge. Let me see if I can. Oh, it's not gonna do it, is it? Rude. It's not gonna work for me. Let me. So I got it thickened up on me. We went to Pigeon Forge. We went to this waffle place called Sawyer's. And they had peanut butter syrup.
Ooh,
And I figured out how to make it.
nice.
So this is what I brought to all the knit group ladies today. So you heat it up and the peanut butter will separate. But when you heat it up, you can get it back in incorporated.
Oh, yeah.
It is, oh my goodness. I can only take a spoonful or two because it's so rich, but it's so good.
I can tell you right now, Doug's going to steal that. Because he loves syrup and he loves peanut butter. So there you go.
Luckily,
and it's usually peanut butter and syrup on pancakes. On
well, yeah, that's
French
basically
toast. So yeah,
that's basically what it is. I mean, but it's so good. And we went
They're
there.
gonna love it.
I had bacon waffles there. I'm obsessed with bacon. So, and my husband was like, "You have to try this peanut butter syrup." And I was like, "I don't know. I'm not a huge peanut butter person." And I tried it. And I was like. It was so good.
We gotta learn how to hack this.
Yeah. We came home and he was like, "So when are you gonna make the peanut butter syrup?" So finally, we've been married
Here we
for
are,
almost
3, 5, 7, 10. There's 10 in there.
And there's a jar about that big at my house. I had a big ladle, so I got like 2 scoops in each jar for those. Our jar has 6.
Oh wow, that'll last you. What?
He was already using it this morning, so we'll see.
It'll probably be
I
half
made
gone
it
by
last
the time you
night,
get home.
and I was leaving the house this morning, and he was heating up the syrup,
Aw.
getting ready to use it. Had his little waffles in the toaster oven and everything ready to go. So, yep. So that's my last whip. These definitely
That's a
have to be
pretty
done.
color.
Oh yeah, I love these. This is our tradition. This is the 4th year that we'll have matching Christmas socks. I think, yeah, this is year 4. So no. This might be year 5 because we did one with a Nutcracker Advent and I had 2 cozy. No, this is year 4. This is the 3rd year with the Cozy Knitter. So I'm enjoying it. Last year's skein I didn't enjoy as much because it was a fade and I just didn't. You couldn't necessarily tell all the stripes, and you're supposed to have 24 stripes leading up to Christmas, but the fade was almost too good. So you couldn't see distinct stripes, which looked cool, but when you're going to try and knit a stripe a day, it made it very difficult.
Yeah.
And then it felt like, okay, well, now I have nothing to do today because I already knit today's stripe yesterday because I couldn't
that's
tell.
good, though. You got done early. And
Yeah.
I'd rather you be done early than...
Yeah. So we'll see. This is my knit group project for today. This is my pair. And I did my pair first because I never know every year how to do it. So They're actually only about 40 rounds on this leg, and I usually prefer 60. My mom 100% prefers 60. So what I'll do is, instead of getting some of the stripes caught in here, I'll knit the undyed yarn in a longer cuff and then pull in the stripes. So it might even be longer than 60. I'll do 11 stripes and then 13 on the leg. But mine will just be shorter, and it's okay. I would like to go back and rip them out, but we don't have time for that. So.
No.
And it's fine. I don't mind a shorter sock. They'll be tall enough for my boots, so that's the important part. So that's the plan. Moving ahead. So the goal for the channel, this will be our last video to go up in 2024 as we finish out the holiday season. But the goal is, when we get into 2025, there'll be a couple videos you can expect. The first one being everything I knit in 2024. I know a lot of people are putting them up right now, but I didn't feel right putting mine up quite yet, because obviously I have like 3 projects that I think at least, or technically there's 4 if you count, because it's 2 different pairs of socks.
Yeah.
So as far as the tally and the count and counting my stash,
you want to be accurate as much as possible. Yeah.
And I want to make sure it's cataloged in that year. So and then I want to do that video. I want to talk about my 2025 plans, and it's going to be, I think, knitting plans, but I'm also thinking about dipping my toe into cross stitch. So if you want to see that, please let us know below. If you'd like to, not a ton, because I don't cross stitch that much. I knit definitely mainly.
That's why my cross stitch doesn't get done either.
But maybe we'll like encourage each other, because I definitely have.
There's a few things I want to actually really do.
And I've acquired some cross stitch patterns and that I want to do. Things I want for my home or I want to gift. So we'll see. So that will come out. We'll have episode 7 coming out pretty quickly into the new year. I'll talk to you about that later. We'll coordinate when we're going to film that. But yeah, so that'll be, January is probably going to be chock full of videos, and then February will probably go quiet for a little bit while we do our Broadway show. Oh, that's what I need to show.
Yeah, because you do have Broadway.
Yes. As I furiously dig in my yarn bag. Okay, so when we say Broadway, the high school in my district does a Broadway production every spring, and I'm on that team. I am basically like the number 2 person. I'm the one on the headset basically calling all the shots once the show happens, and that allows the director of the high school to stay with her students and to direct them, but also it gives her somebody up top who
you know what you're doing.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I definitely learned on the job, but I really love it. It pushes my brain, and I like it's a different way to be creative, and I think that's, you know, we're all kind of creative people if we're crafting in different ways. Some of us, I don't know if I ever thought of myself as creative, but then when I started socks and started picking colors and patterns and mixing and matching those, and then really getting into Broadway and playing with lights, playing with color and lighting and how that affects the way the mood of a scene looks, you realize like you are creative. It just may not be like I like to draw creative. It's a different type. Anyway, so I love it, but every year by tradition, if you can't tell, I'm big on tradition. Every year I make a pair of socks that match the production we're doing, and I'll try to insert a photo. We did the first year was Beauty and the Beast, and we did Little Mermaid, and then last year was Cinderella. This year is Wizard of Oz. So this year I really want to have 2 pairs of socks, and I have a good reason. So first, this is Wool Market Fibers and the color Lemon Meringue. And this is going to be Yellow Brick Road socks.
I knew you were going to say that.
Then, that was all I was going to do. And then Stephen West drops the last pattern for the 2024 year of socks, which is the Mighty Mo mod socks. So what I want to do, and I want to see, what I was thinking about doing, I ordered some Cascade Heritage fingering weight yarn, but I was thinking about is what if I held it double, did it DK weight so it would go faster, and do the black and white stripes going down the leg on the top of the foot, and then did red for the ruby slipper on the bottom of the foot.
Fun.
And if I do a DK weight, it should go pretty fast. And I think I can achieve that. So one of those might get cast on and completed before we come back in 2024. We'll see. They'll probably at least be started. But that's where we're at. Lots of knitting, lots of gifting, and all the things.
Speaking of socks for 2025.
Yes.
Are we gonna do this? Are you looking at the Stephen West 2025?
I'm debating it. I'm debating it because I haven't knit any of the 23 and 24 socks. but I want to. It's just a matter of, I think I've overwhelmed myself with projects.
Yes.
And that's...
Mine are always the big stuff. Mine are always
Right.
the bigger projects.
Well, mine's just, I tend to want to knit a lot of vanilla socks because
They go faster.
they go faster. I can carry them on the go. And the pattern stuff, I feel like I have to kind of...
Sit down and concentrate and
Right.
have that pattern in front of you. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. That's why I can do like scrappy socks. I can get a pair done in a week.
Yeah.
Because I love the color changes in scrap socks, and it's more like close your eyes, grab a ball, and start knitting with it, and you don't care how it comes out. And
Right.
I have learned to like that. I used to be very OCD about all the striping that had to match in both the socks.
Yes.
Now it's just, I've learned over the years that it's okay to be mismatched and not everything lines up perfect and all that stuff. It goes with being a Virgo, but yeah, I've learned over the years that it's okay. And now I'm enjoying the process of having my socks not quite match. And it's okay if that brown doesn't go with that particular blue or that particular, color. So that's why I get through them, I think, a whole lot faster than something that's a pattern like something from Stephen West or somebody else. But I really enjoy it. Color Opportunity,
it's on my radar.
That one is, I think, high on Doug's list. And maybe if I showed him the last one that came out, he might want those too. So
yes, I'm very interested because I think I'm gonna learn. I always love Stephen West patterns because I feel like I always learn something, and I learn it in such a way that it's retainable.
Yeah.
The little things he says, like even like the make one left, make one right. I left the front door open. I'll be right back. Like
That's cute.
It's so easy to remember, and the twists and turns. If you didn't have that down, like, whew,
forget it.
Yeah, that section 1 had it all over the place. But
oh dear.
Yeah, it was just like every 3-4 rows, and it just goes. But I don't know. I'm on the fence, and I'm probably gonna hint at that in my 2025 plans. 2025 is gonna be the year of slow, intentional making for me.
Yeah.
Getting things done, off the needles, using my stash.
I have to do that. I have to do that because I've got too much that it's either that or purge. So, and I did that this year. I purged a lot this year.
I did purge a lot too.
I felt a lot better at it.
Yeah. And when you get my stash stats for the year, the only reason I have used more stash than what I have taken in is because I had a bunch of acrylic yarn that I had a friend who just got in a crochet and she really wanted it and I wasn't going to use most of it. So I donated it to her, and that's the only reason. That is it. So, but I think, since I've gotten married, it's chilled out a bit, my yarn buying. I think about it a little more. I'm like,
You've gotten into the world of adulting now.
Yeah, like real adulting where you're held accountable by somebody else. In a good way.
Yeah.
He still enables me, let's be honest. When I looked at him, I was like, hey, I need to get the stuff for the Broadway socks. He was like, okay. I was like, thank you. He knows. Like, that's my tradition. But then when I wanted to buy a bunch of sweater quantities, he was like, okay, when are you going to get to this? I was like, I don't know. He's like, so shouldn't you just wait until you're ready for it and then buy it? And I'm like, but yeah, but that's not as fun.
Stop being so logical.
I know.
Yes, but he's right.
And I didn't buy the sweater quantities.
Yay.
I did good. And when I bought the yarn
get a couple small things off the plate and then revisit the idea of the sweater.
I think the 2025 schedule, we're slowing down a bit. It'll be good.
I agree.
So be on the lookout for that video. And if it'll probably still end up being as many items as 2024 when it's all said and done, but just not mad dash constant deadline.
Yeah. My sleeves for my Harvest Gold sweater would have been close to being done sooner, except when I went to pull them out to work on them, I realized they were on size 4s. They weren't supposed to be.
Or were they supposed to be on?
5s.
That's not too bad.
And
is it bad enough for gauge, like you can tell?
I went 2.5 inches knitting on 4s.
Oh, so it takes way longer, yeah.
Well, not to mention the sleeve got smaller.
Oh.
They were supposed to be on 5s. So I ripped back the 2.5 inches and put them back on to where I could pick up with the size 5s. So basically just lost 2.5 inches worth of knitting. It's not so bad. I mean, it could have been worse.
But it's
I
still,
could have knit the whole sleeves in 4s.
Yeah, that.
And then it not fit.
I would have cried.
Correctly.
I would have been like, I just need to
That would have been sitting in the I'll see you later pile for the next 2 years. Because
like,
I have to get into the mood
yes.
once that gets me out.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I am with my twist and turn shawl. I keep thinking like I need to work on that. I'm like,
Nah.
But I will. I think
you
that
take
one's
too much concentration and effort and anxiety.
Yes. Yeah. Which is why there's all the vanilla socks everywhere. So we'll see.
That and maybe this new one.
I know. I was looking at the pattern and it has brioche.
Yes.
And I haven't done a ton of brioche, but I do enjoy it.
You'll like
and I
it.
haven't done brioche increases and decreases. So I'm very excited about it.
What I like about this, and I had already started on this.
Oh.
Mine's not wild. I tried to be wild. I was going blind. I couldn't do it.
Mine is wild.
No, not mine was actually the hot pink with the
Is that how I acquired the hot pink?
Yeah. Sorry.
The hot pink that became my Sockhead Slouch.
Yeah, that was
I love dearly.
Hannah, you like this, right? She's
and
like,
I did.
Oh my god, I love it. Merry Christmas.
And it was immediately knit up and worn. I was wearing that hat in July in the middle of summer because I loved it that much.
So, I did it again in a more subdued blues and I paired one of them. No, because one of them was with lace and I really enjoyed it. Ooh. So what's nice, what I think you'll like about this, have you done brioche?
I've done a little bit. I've done brioche in the round.
Have you done 2-color brioche?
Yes.
Okay, so it won't be too bad. But what's nice about this is that you get a taste of it, that it's this much in each section. It's not, this much in each section.
Yes. I think I'm going to have to take my time with it because I did have a brioche cowl I was knitting and I got off on one row, but by the time I found it, I was so far past it, I literally ripped the whole thing out.
Oh.
I was like, ah. And I didn't understand enough about knitting to know how to rip back and pick up stitches and fix it. Last night, I went to try on my stick season sweater and the stitches fell off. And I was in the bathroom, like, trying to try it on because that's where there was a mirror big enough for me to see. And I'm like yelling for my husband, Grant, get a needle. He's like, what do you need? This big one? I'm like, no, I need a little one. Help! And then he finally walks in. He's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm okay now. I picked it up. But I feel like I've come so far as a knitter, like, to be able
that you're not having anxiety attacks.
Oh no, I was having an anxiety. Like, it was full like panic.
Full blown
but I was able to stay focused and say, okay, hold this still and get the, and pick it up. And there was gravity obviously pulling and balls of yarn. And
I've been past all that.
I'm learning.
My attack was with the shawl Ceciliana from Lisa Haynes. That shawl is all short rows. And you've got markers in the whole shawl. Now I'm already in part 2, which is, beyond all of that. And you're still adding new markers for the short rows. I was off in the color work. I had to rip out 10 rows. That included the short row sections that are in there because that's every row. I had to pull it off the needles, rip it back, and then put them back on the needles. And I told myself right then and there, it can't get any worse than this because you've already had to pull out 10 rows that you screwed up. It can't get any worse.
Yeah.
So I calmly slid them all back on my 000s and all was right with the world. The markers didn't fall out. They were still somehow attached with the yarn that it was sitting next to. Everything was good, and I was able to continue. And from that point on, I didn't stress over if I lost, like your sweater. Had that been me, say, last week, I was like, oh, Okay, I guess I lost stitches, and then just take it off and put them back on once. Yeah.
That happened with my Funfetti raglan, and I had been through so much with
Oh,
that
yeah.
raglan already. I walked into the shop and I said, please fix this before I rip it out. I was like, I'm done. But I think you showed me a lot then, and so then I've had a couple of projects since then that like stitches have just fallen off and I'm able to pick it up. I had a mistake in the patterning in there, and I was able to drop ladder down and fix it, and I was so proud of myself. Like that's a new skill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you can drop it down and pick it back up, and also if you've stitches have fallen off your needles and you're sliding them back on, don't worry about orienting them correctly when you get them on.
Yeah.
You can always fix that as you knit it, so that if the stitch is not sitting correctly on the needle, just knit it through the back loop. It fixes it. Poof, you're done. And you can go on. So,
right. Or even when you get to it, if you want to flip the leg, it's okay.
Yeah, but
Like
for me, I just knit it through the back loop and it'll automatically flip it right. So I don't have to stop, move it, knit it, and go on to the next one. It's one less thing you have to deal with.
Yeah, all the knitting things. I feel like I'm in that weird phase where it's like I'm not a beginner knitter, but I'm not an advanced knitter either. So it's like there's a lot of skills that I don't have yet, but I'm beyond the basics.
Right.
I'm kind of
you're beyond, oh my God, as you walk through the door and I'm, wanting me to fix it for you kind of thing, because you don't know how. You've gotten to the point that, and I'm still learning. As we all do with the knitting, there's so much to learn. I don't think we'll ever stop learning, but it's nice to know that once you get a new skill under your belt, that's always a proud moment. And then you can hopefully use it later, and maybe never, but it's something that you know how to do now.
Right, and it's another tool that you have if you're like, I don't like this, I need to, or you just want to freestyle a pattern. Yeah. Like I'm kind of like looking at sweaters and stuff, I'm like, could I figure out how to do my own sweater without a pattern? And I'm kind of feel like I'm getting close to that, but I like the math and the calculations and stuff, so I've already done that with socks.
I don't like math.
Resident tech and math person, it's me. Hi.
Yay. I'll do the stitch patterns, you do the math behind it. Yes. I can do that.
Yes. We'll be okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so comment below. Are there any techniques that you're intimidated by? Anything that you want to try in the coming year? I think for me, brioche and steeking.
Or steeking is the one thing that I want to learn to do. I was showing one of our customers what you do when you're steeking for a Fair Isle sweater, and she was not having it. She was, no, I'll just buy it. I don't want to do it. Nah, she's way too scared of it. And I am too, because that's a lot of hard work that you're literally taking a pair of scissors to. Yeah. But
it's also, it's like when stitches fall off the needle. Like there's a way, like if you cut wrong, you can still save it. It's not beyond all hope. Now, if you cut like this way, like you're done. But you have to cut straight up the seam, like then
as long as you've got your reinforcement put in ahead of time, then you can, as scary as it looks, it's kind of like the first time you knit a heel of a sock. Yes. It's scary. Just trust it.
And let's clarify if you don't know what steeking is. Steeking is where you knit something in a big tube, but you need it to be open like a cardigan. So you would knit a big tube and you put a little line of stitches down the middle, and you have reinforcement, and you can do that with a sewing machine or a crochet hook, and you reinforce the sides, and then you cut up the middle to separate the fabric. And we do that usually when we're doing color work, because it means that we're just going in the same direction, and we're not worried about making sure that the yarn that we carry across, it pops out to the front. Right. In case you've never heard steeking before, it's a cool thing.
Once you've done it 100 times.
And it's very common in like Norwegian knitting. Yes. They do a lot of color work patterns. They do this big, heavy wool sweaters.
Yeah, a lot of European from the Shetland Isles will do it.
Yes, and they use big sticky kind of wool that sticks to itself. So when you cut it, it doesn't just like fall apart.
Right. Yeah. It's not
So.
like slicker yarns.
Right.
Although I've heard that you can use, say, acrylics, though it's still soft and slickery, unlike Shetland yarns,
Yeah.
Icelandic yarns.
Yeah, like
that are very, you know, the scratchy stuff that nobody likes because it's scratchy and it's itchy.
right.
But that's the whole point of having it, is that if you drop a stitch, it doesn't fall down. If you
Right.
need to cut into it to create a cardigan from a pullover, it's not going to unravel on you. That's the
Right.
whole point of it. And it will keep you warm.
Yes.
It wicks moisture. I love wool.
Yes, it's great. And that's why too, like a lot of people say, you think like wool sweaters are too scratchy, wait till it's colder and then put it on.
Oh yeah.
That was the biggest thing I learned too, that I thought maybe I couldn't wear wool. I for sure can't wear mohair because it just, everything turns red. So like that's not good.
Yeah.
But like my alpaca, my alpine blue with the alpaca, sometimes it gets a little itchy right here, and it's really when it gets hotter outside.
Yeah. But that's with everything.
Right.
I do it too, so.
Yeah, I normally don't have that problem, but except for the alpaca. So
And if there's a technique that you want us to show you,
yes.
let us know and we will try to put one up for you.
Yes. And if you are like interested in learning how to knit socks, put that below, because that's one I think I really am going to target. So if you think you would like to see about how I do socks, I think I do it. Michelle knows I kind of calculate my sock sizes a little different than a lot of other methods. But I also haven't failed yet.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. But doing the math, and it's a much more fearless way into going into sock knitting. So anyway, we've rambled on a lot today. But it's the end of the year. We're chill waiting on our party to start here. We're having our knit group end of the year party. We're about to eat a whole bunch of food and knit and chat and maybe some presents. Maybe some stealing of presents for Dirty Santa.
Yeah, that's true. And that happened last year.
Hey, it worked out beautifully because I ended up with the last number. So I got I was like, you know what?
She had everything at her disposal because she picked the number last. So
and
she was
I
able
picked
to
the best thing because I picked the thing that hadn't been grabbed yet. And I got a whole project bag made by Michelle.
Yes.
And I love it and I use it. My Ashburn shawl is in there. But I also got it Wool Market Fibers from Michelle. So, yep. Oh, I should do when I finish my Ashburn, the Fiber Fest should live in there.
Oh, yes.
That would be sweet to always have a Wool Market Fibers project bag, like project in the project bag. Yeah. Really sweet. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm chatty today. I'm off on Christmas break. I'm at my leisure. I got up still early for Christmas break, so now that I'm awake, I'm here.
She was still late.
Yes. Look, that alarm hit me like a freight train.
I was up at 3:45 and
my alarm went off at 6. I got out of the bed at 6:45.
oh, you poor thing.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm alive. It's okay.
Yay.
But anyway, we'll see you soon. We'll see you at the beginning of 2025.
Absolutely.
Have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy New Year's. And please, if you are a make along winner, please reach out and respond. So we can get you your pattern so you can start a new sweater.
I want to see
in
what
the
you
year.
girls, what the winners have picked for their prizes. So I'm excited. Hurry up and tell us.
Yes. And if you have any ideas for make-alongs or things you want to see from the channel in 2025, just let us know.
Yes,
and
please.
we'll get on it.
All right.
Anyway, have a good rest of your year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And
Merry
please stay
Christmas.
safe.
Bye, y'all.